परम किमपि तत्व अहं न जाने। करारविन्दे न पदारविन्दं मुखारविन्दे विनिवेशयन्तम्। वटस्य पत्रस्य पुटे शयानं बालं मुकुन्दं मनसा स्मरामि। श्री कृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। जिह्वे पिबत्स्वा अमृतमेत देवं गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति। सभी भक्त दोनों हाथ जोड़कर आंखें बंद करके बोलिए, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
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 जय जय श्री राधा रमण, जय जय नवल किशोर। जय गोपी चित्तचोर प्रभु, जय जय माखन चोर। जय जय माखन चोर। श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय। जगत गुरु शिल प्रभुपाद की। उपस्थित भगवत कथा अनुरागी
Hare Krishna, I welcome all the loving devotees of Srimad Bhagavatam. I also extend my warm welcome and gratitude to the mellowful senior devotees. I also welcome you all who have joined through the medium of electronic devices and medium from all the parts of the world, all the listeners, and the organizers of this beautiful Katha, all the loving devotees of Sri Sri Gokulanand. If I speak all the names, then the whole time will lapse. So I'm really grateful to all of you. On the first day of Srimad Bhagavatam, although this is for just 2 days, so please accept our humble obeisances at your lotus feet and welcome.
अच्छा है आपके देश ने ही क्रिकेट खेल शुरू किया था
It's great that your country started
जब ये
cricket.
गेम शुरू हुई तो पहले 5
When
दिन
it
की
started,
मैच हुआ करती थी
it used to be 5 days test
मतदान से
match.
बड़े भाव से इत्मीनान से हम लोग देखते थे
People used to watch
फिर जमाना
with so much
बदल
patience.
हुआ
But
तो
as
5
we
दिन
progressed,
बंद होकर
so
वनडे शुरू हो गई
instead of 5 days, it started to
50
be
50 ओवर
a
में
1 day match for 50-50 overs.
खत्म कर देते हैं जमाना और तेज हुआ
And as we
5 दिन की
progressed
सीरीज
more,
बंद हुई बंद माने खत्म हो
now
गई एक दिन की वनडे भी कम हो गई अब 2020 का जमाना है
we are living in the world of 2020.
तो यहाँ पर जो कथा है पहले कथाएं होती थी 11 दिन की
So initially, the kathas were
11
used
दिन
to
की
perform
राम
for
पारायण
11 days, for
9 दिन की
Ramayana
भागवत कथा होती थी
for 11 days, Bhagavatam for 9
जमाना तेज
days.
हुआ तो 7 दिन
But
की
as we
कथाएं होने
progressed,
लगी
it's shortened to
पिछले 10
7
सालों से
days.
मैं अमेरिका में 5-5 दिन की
So
कथा करता हूँ
last 10
यूके
years,
में
I'm doing for
जरिया
5
ये
days.
निकला
With
2020
UK
2
is
दिन में ही है आज शुरू
like
हुआ है
2020. So it's just 2 days. We start today and tomorrow it
अच्छा
will
माहौल
conclude.
तो भागवत कथा का ही है भागवत पोथी यात्रा और सब कुछ जैसे
Uh, Although they are following the
मतलब
principles of
इसमें
Srimad
और
Bhagavatam.
ज्यादा समय की आवश्यकता नहीं 2 ही दिन में सब समझ जाते हैं
So maybe they don't need that much time to understand
क्योंकि समझदार है ना
because they are
एक दिन की
intelligent.
कथा काफी होता है सो आप लोग बड़े बुद्धिमान हैं इसलिए मैं भी यहाँ पर क्योंकि 2020 है कोई फॉर्मेलिटी नहीं क्योंकि पहले क्या ना पिच पर उतरते हैं फिर वो
So as it's treated,
पिच
the,
करते हैं ऐसा तो कोई टाइम ही नहीं है ना हमारे पास जब भागवत कथा होती है
so usually when
45
Bhagavatam is
मिनट
performed,
तो हमारा मंगलाचरण होता है
for 45 minutes
लेकिन
is
यहाँ पे
invocation prayers. But here
2020 में तो वो सब होता ही
it's
नहीं
2020. So,
इसलिए कोई फॉर्मेलिटी नहीं सीधा हीटिंग ही शुरू कर रहा हूँ
so instead of any formalities, let's just
ठीक है
jump into the
2
Katha
दिन है हमारे पास
as we just have 2 days.
आपको एक जब की आई तो एक पूरा प्रसंग ही चला जाएगा
If you blink an eye, then you will miss an
इसलिए
entire
जब
pastime.
2 दिन
So
का आयोजन है तो इस प्रकार से अलर्ट होकर
please be
फिर
alert
प्राय तो नींद
and
किसी को
cautious.
आती नहीं है
Usually people don't sleep.
मुझे यहाँ पर हमारी हेमा माता कई दिनों से उनका मेरे प्रति एक भाव है प्रेम है
Here, Hema Mata, she
कि
has
प्रभु जी यहाँ पर आप
love towards me,
आकर
and she said that when you come here,
वैष्णवों की क्वालिटी के ऊपर
please
भक्तों
speak
की
something
क्वालिटी के
on
ऊपर कुछ
the qualities
दिखाई
of a
दीजिए
Vaishnava.
और उन्होंने ये भी कहा कि
And
भगवत
she
के
added
नवदा भक्ति है ना हमारे यहाँ
that we have 9 limbs of
जैसे
bhakti or
राम जी माता
anala
शबरी
devotional
माता को
service,
कहते हैं
which Ramji shared with Shabri Mata,
हिरण्यकश्यप
and
को कहते हैं
Prahlad Maharaj tells it
हमारे
to
गोविंद दास
Hiranyakashipu,
जी भजन में भी गाते हैं श्रवण कीर्तन स्मरण
and it's
इसको
also
नवदा भक्ति
mentioned
बोलते
in
हैं
a bhajan by Govindas ji.
उन्होंने नवदा भक्ति
So,
में से 4 भक्ति को फिल्टर किया
so they
किसने
have filtered
ये राधा गोकुलानंद के डिवोटीज ने जिन्होंने आयोजन किया है बोले ये 4 उनमें से
from
4
9
भक्ति
to 4.
श्रवण कीर्तन स्मरण और आत्मनिवेदन ये 4 के ऊपर आप थोड़ा सा प्रकाश
So they said that we should speak on these
और
4.
भक्तों के गुण और ये 4 क्वालिटी और ये दोनों मुझे सुनाना है और केवल 2 ही दिन दिया है आपने
So I've just got 2 days and I have
ये
to
सब
speak
कुछ
on the 4
कवर करते
limbs
हुए
out of the 9 limbs of
सारे
bhakti
वृंदावन
and
को आवृत
the
करते हुए
qualities of a
हम
pure
यहाँ
Vaishnava.
पर 4 भक्त के
So we'll
चरित्र
try to cover this
पहले
through
विषय
the
परिचय आपको
4
दे दें
pastimes. So let me just give you
सो
the
हम 4
introduction
भक्तों की
of the
कथा
topic.
सुनेंगे
So we listen to the pastimes of four great devotees, one Maharaj Parikshit, Shukdev Goswami, Prahlad Maharaj, and Bali Maharaj.
કેમ રહેશે? બરાબર હે? આજ और क्लियर कर दूं, आज
And let me clarify it further.
महाराज परीक्षित और परम विरक्त चूड़ामणि श्री सुखदेव
So
गोस्वामी की कथा
today we will listen to the pastime of Parikshit Maharaj and the pinnacle of detachment under renunciation, that is Shukdev Goswami. And so while I was coming down from the car, so today morning only this said. So I was contemplating till the time I came from the car to the hall. So let me just share it with you.
समन्वय देखिए कि हमको चार भक्ति सुननी है.
So we are to listen about the four types of bhakti or devotional service. So in our disciplic succession, we have our Shat Goswami and primary Goswami is Srila Rup Goswami, and especially in the organization of Srila Prabhupada, we all are followers of Rup Goswami, that is, we are Rup Anugas. So he has written many scriptures, out of which is written Nectar of Devotion, which is considered to be the law book of Krishna consciousness. And he has written a great scripture which might be new even for senior devotees. So Rup Goswami used to study and read and listen to scriptures, and whatever he liked, he used to note it down in his personal diary. So although there are so many scriptures written by him, that like Nectar of Devotion, Nectar of Instruction, Ujjwal Neelmani, etc., but there is one personal diary of Rup Goswami in which he has selected the verses that he liked, and that is referred to as Padyavali. All the secretive and confidential verses are mentioned in this. And there is a beautiful verse in this Padyavali, and he says, who is the idol for the 9 limbs? So who is the idol for listening? So if we are to listen, then like whom we should listen? So who should be the one whom we should follow? So for kirtan or congregational chanting, who should be our role model? So what is the standard? So Rup Goswami writes a verse. He says the role model for listening is Parikshit Maharaj, and for kirtan, that is Sri Shukdev Goswami. And तो चार भक्ति और चारों भक्ति के आइडल हैं ये चार महाभागवत. तो आज हम परीक्षित और सुखदेव महाराज की कथा सुनेंगे. So today we are going to listen to Shukdev Maharaj, Shukdev Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj. तो परीक्षित और सुखदेव का भी संबंध है. परीक्षित और सुखदेव गुरु और शिष्य का संबंध है. Parikshit and are related as they have a beautiful relationship, that there's a disciple and spiritual master, and even Bali Maharaj and Prahlad Maharaj are related. So Hiranyakashipu had this son Prahlad, and Prahlad's son was Virochan, and Virochan's son was Bali Maharaj.
वहां पर भी संबंध है, वहां पिता और पौत्र, ग्रैंडसन, और यहाँ गुरु और शिष्य, तो बहुत सुंदर समन्वय है। और मेरा परम सौभाग्य है
And I'm really fortunate that we are sitting at the lotus feet of Sri Gokulanand.
ફ્રીજમાંથી તાજું તાજું સફરજન કાઢ્યું હોય ને એવા તમે લાગો છો. મારે મને
And in association of devotees like you,
મુझे यदि कोई पूछे ना कि
if someone asks me
आपका कोई प्रश्न है तो मैं ही पूछूं
that
आपका
you
क्या
have a question, so I will ask, what do you eat?
इतनी उम्र हो जाती है लेकिन बूढ़े ही नहीं होते हो आप लोग.
You don't look aged at all.
सो आप लोग इतने फ्रेश हैं, इतने आनंद से, बड़े उत्साह से हैं? और मैं देख रहा हूँ हर एक की आंख ऐसे मुझ पर टिकी है.
And I see that everybody is looking at me.
हाथ में बैट लेकर खड़ा है और वो बॉल के ऊपर जैसे आंख टिकी होती है ना कि ये बॉल आया और फटका मारूं, ऐसे आप लोग मेरे सामने हैं.
And you all are constantly looking at me.
श्रोता मिलना बड़ा
So it's very hard to find such devotees. It's great fortune
सुत जी
for me. Today I remember Sud Goswami.
और आंखों से अजस सविरत अश्रु की धारा बहने लगी, रोने लगे. और नैमिषारण्य के ऋषि मुनियों को कहते हैं कि हे ऋषि मुनियों, आपने मुझे धन्य कर दिया, आपने मुझसे भगवत कथा
They say
मुझे भगवत
that
कथा गाने के लिए प्रेरित
you have
किया.
indebted
मर
by
गया
me
क्यों इन तो सुत जी
by
बोला कि हमें नाना मानसों के
encouraging me to speak. So if I speak in Gujarati, then
औरों कोई ब्राह्मण
I'm
कुल में जन्म
such
लिया
a
है,
small
मैं ब्राह्मण
person.
नहीं हूँ.
I'm
मैं
not a
वैश्य हूँ, मैं
brahmana.
क्षत्रिय हूँ,
I'm
मैं तो एक सूत
not
जाति
even a
से
warrior. I'm a person from
मैं एक
Sud.
वर्ण संकर आदमी, समाज में जहाँ पर हमको धुतकारते हैं,
And
समाज के
people
लोग हमें
ridicule
पागल समझते हैं, हमें
and
समाज
consider
बेईमान
us as
माना जाता
backward.
है, लेकिन
We
हे
are kept
शौनकादिक
outside the
ऋषि मुनियों,
society as an outcast.
मुझे
But
भगवत
oh,
कथा
Sankadik
बताकर धन्य
sages
कर
and
दिया.
said, you have
તમે મને
made
ઉજળો
me
કરી નાખ્યો.
grateful.
सुत जी श्रीमद् भागवत में उनके उद्गार है कि धन्य है आप सब श्रोता, धन्य
So Sud Goswami praises the
दुनिया का कोई
listeners.
नहीं जानता था कि हम कौन हैं, लेकिन आज जहाँ जाते हैं वहाँ स्वागत 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 होता है.
Wherever we go, we are welcomed, although nobody knew us before.
श्रीमद् भागवत धन्य है भागवत के
So Srimad Bhagavatam is great, and great are its devotees.
शब्दों में यदि कहना हो ना
If I have to speak in the words of
तो वैष्णवेर पद रेणु भूषण करिया तनु
LalGovindDas, then I will speak like this.
कहते हैं
He says
जैसे वैष्णवों के चरणों की रज माथे पर लगाने का मन कर रहा है,
that I feel like
जिसके हृदय में भागवत को सुनने की जिज्ञासा होती है ना,
bowing down at your lotus feet and take the dust of your lotus feet. Because those who have this inquisitiveness to listen to Bhagavatam are great. So you have put me on the stage, but if I speak in complete honesty, then you all are
एक प्रश्न मैं आपको पूछूं, मान लो अभी भगवान नीचे आ जाएगा
more.
और भगवान को
So you are more blessed than me. So if the Lord has to shower his mercy, so whom will he shower his mercy on first?
यहाँ लफड़ा है थोड़ा. मान लो भगवान यहाँ आ जाए, आ भी सकते हैं और आ ही गए हो तो क्या पता, लेकिन भगवान यदि यहाँ पर आ जाए और उनको कृपा करनी हो तो सबसे पहले कृपा का पात्र कौन?
So if the Lord has to bestow his mercy, then there is a proof in Bhagavatam. Maharani Kunti writes in her prayers that, oh my dear Lord, the first glance of your mercy
कथा सुनता है उस पर होती है.
befalls on the one who listens to your Bhagavatam.
और फिर किस पर कृपा होती है?
And then after that,
पहले तो सुनने वाले पर,
So the first is Shrunvan, that is the one who listens, and then to the one who speaks. So I am at loss here. And that too, we will get mercy if you listen without sleeping. Otherwise, we will be put on a waiting list. So once there was a speaker of Bhagavatam and he died. So a orator will not go to hell, he will go to Vaikuntha or the eternal abode of the Lord. So he went to the eternal abode of the Lord. So Jai Vijay stand there. They said that you should wait here. The orator said that this might be the system here. He sat in the and after we minutes there was a driver who used to wear a khaki dress, and he sees that he has came to the eternal abode of the Lord. And Jai Vijay told that you should go directly. Now the orator became angry. I have performed so many kathas. And the last one was in the temple of Radha Gokulananda. And from there I have came here. And I have been put on waiting. And a conductor has been allowed to enter the abode of the Lord. This is injustice. So there is injustice in eternal abode of the Lord. We have sung the glories of the Lord so much that. So he was replied that when you used to speak, all the listeners used to sleep, and everybody used to sleep, and this conductor never allowed anyone to sleep. So when they see the speed breaker, they speeden up. So even if somebody has even blinked for a moment, then they will get awakened by this. So he said that he never allowed anyone to sleep, and people used to say Ram Ram because they were scared. So therefore, that is why he's allowed to enter the eternal abode of the Lord. So please don't put me into waiting list. If you sleep, I will sit in the waiting list. So, so in Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a beautiful pastime in the first canto of Bhagavatam. Maharaj Parikshit and Shukdev Goswami. So primary listener and speaker is Shukdev Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj in Bhagavatam. So Parikshit is one of my favorite pastime. He is very practical. From his life, there are so many things that we can imbibe in our lives and which we are going to learn today. So from where shall I start? It's an ocean. So when there is a sugar cane, from wherever you tear it, it's sweet. So let me start. Uttara's womb was protected by Lord Sri Krishna. The son of Dronacharya, Ashwathama, had used Brahmastra and attacked Uttara's womb, and she came at the lotus feet of the Lord and begged for his mercy. She said that Brahmastra is approaching me, please protect me. Krishna says that I am a cowherd boy who plays the flute. How can I protect you from a Brahmastra? You should approach Pandavas, they will protect their great warriors. They, in Kurukshetra, they have just won a great battle. Uttara replied beautifully, the women of our country are great. So what does she replies? She says that these Pandavas are great warriors, no doubt about it. And if it's said, they're told that you should kill thousands of people in one day, they will do that. But to make a person alive from dead, that only you can do. Only you can provide life to someone. So in newspapers we read this died and that how many, this many people died. Have you ever heard a person died and he was about to be cremated and someone came and somebody brought him back to life? So we listen to the news of death of people, but nobody has that potency to give life to a person who is dead. But only Lord Krishna has this potency. So there is a reference in history that Sandipani's Rishi's sons were dead, but he brought them back. There is a mention in Bhagavatam that 10 sons of the Brahmana were bought back from the lap of Yamraji. So only you can bring a person back to life. Then Krishna replies that your husband is has already died on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and even if you die, then how does it matter? So, Jagajani Maya in Ramayana has said, if as without water a river is futile, it's useless. Similarly, without soul, there is no use of this body. Similarly, a wife can never get happiness if she doesn't have a husband. So even if you die as you don't have husband, then also how will it matter? But the wife or a woman of Arivrat, what does she replies? She says that I'm not afraid or scared to die. I don't care about my life, oh Krishna, but the child in my womb should be protected. I don't care if I live or die, but my child should be protected. That is my prayer at your lotus feet. This is the nature of a mother. A mother is ready to die. She says, I will die happily, but the child in my womb should be protected. This is a mother. Our Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Radha Govind Goswami Maharaj says, after Krishna or the Lord Himself, if someone knows how to love, that is a mother. We haven't seen the Lord, so we have just seen the Lord in deities, etc. But we haven't seen Him in person. But if we really want to know how does the God looks, then you can see in the potency of love that a mother has for her kids, that motherly affection is present in the Lord as well.
અને તાતણે ઘાટ ઘડાય નહીં, આખા બ્રહ્માંડમાં મૂલવાય બધું માના હૈયાને મૂલવાય નહીં. આખા બ્રહ્માંડમાં મૂલવાય બધું પણ માના હૈયાને મૂલવાય नहीं. इस दुनिया में सभी वस्तु का आप मोल कर सकते हैं.
So everything in this world has a price tag. So everything in this world has a price, but the heart of a mother is priceless. We can calculate the price of each and everything except the heart of a mother. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it stands that Mother Uttara speaks, I don't care if I die, but my child should be protected. So it is mentioned that Lord took the four-armed form and protected the womb of Uttara from inside and outside as well, and he was protected. So I just want to share one philosophical point here. I see in countries like Europe, America, parents have a great distress during these times that our kids don't perform devotional service. So we got all the culture from our parents, but our children don't perform annualized devotional service. How will they do it? Have you ever taught them? When it was time to give them time, at that time we were busy earning money. And now they are distant and we are complaining. But please don't become helpless. Although sometimes kids don't do, but mother can do. In this case, you can see the womb in the child in the womb didn't do anything. And he was unable to do anything. He didn't do anything. Whatever was done by his mother. But because of the devotional service of his mother, God became merciful and gave him life. And after 9 months, Uttara gave birth to a beautiful son. And there was a great celebration in Hastinapur. So although his father was not there, but Yudhishthir Maharaj called Kripacharya and said that you name him and please tell his future. Then the spiritual master of the Pandavas announces, he says that he will be a great giver. He will be very benevolent and charitable. So in any person, either he should be charitable, or he should be a great warrior, or he should be a devotee of the Lord.
नहीं तो रह जे वांजणी मत गुमाविश नूर. हे जननी, हे मां.
Oh mother, if you really want to give birth, then you should give birth to a son who is charitable, or he is a great warrior, or a devotee of the Lord. And if you are unable to give birth to such children, then it's better not to have kids at all. So in reference to Parikshit Maharaj, it was said that he will be great charitable. So although there are 4 foundation stones of dharma and 3 already dead, the only one is dan, that is charitable. So if
और
we
भगवत
have
गीता में कृष्ण ने कहा कि चाहे कितने भी बड़े
opulence, then we should be charitable. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that no matter how big we become, three things should never be forgotten or let go. That is charity, yajna, etc. So he says that whoever comes and takes his shelter, he will protect them. He will protect them like Shibi Maharaj.
महाराज द्युषंत के पुत्र भरत की तरह बड़े बड़े यज्ञ करेगा,
He will perform great yajnas like Bharat Maharaj,
लोक में फैला देगा.
and he will become very famous in all the three
आपका बेटा बहुत
worlds like Guru Maharaj. This son
गुण आपका बेटा
will be very, very
कृष्ण का भक्त होगा.
magnificent, and he will be a greatest devotee of the Lord. So the greatest quality of a person is that to be a devotee of Lord Sri Ram or Krishna. Why? Because a person who has a devotion towards the Lord, they will automatically have these qualities.
भगवंत किंचना सर्वे गुणे तत्र समासते सुरा. हमारे मोदी जी ने अब तो 2000 की बंद कर दी ना, लेकिन किसी के पास ये कब बंद कर दे. भाइयों और बहनों बोलते ना, भाइयों और बहनों, तब सब लोग कांप
So
जाते हैं. अब ये क्या
Modi ji has close to 2000 notes. So when he addresses people, he gets
2000 की बंद लो.
we get anxious that what he's going to say next.
मुझे लगता है एक दिन ऐसा कह देगा, ये जितना भी पीला सोना है ना, ये सब पीतल.
So one day he will announce that all this gold is
ये
brass.
मोदी जी का कोई भरोसा नहीं. भाइयों और बहनों, जितना भी पीला है ना आपके पास सोना, वो सब पीतल है, सब लोखंड के दाम में. खैर, मैं तो ये कह रहा था कि 2000 की नोट है राइट भारत में.
So the 2000 note, if a person has this, so it has 1510, 50, everything is included in that.
यदि कोई राम और कृष्ण की
Similarly, if a person worships
अपने आप
Lord Ram or Krishna, then all these great qualities manifest in them automatically. They need not to be taught that you should serve your parents,
विनम्र बनो, आचरण.
you should be humble.
कृष्ण की भक्ति का ये प्रभाव है.
This is the potency of the another devotional service towards the Lord, that a person becomes
लोग हमारे
humble.
में ये सब डिवोटी को देखिए, ये किसी
If you see the devotees of ISKCON,
ये किसी के सामने झुकेंगे, ये किसी
will
को
they
मिनट
go
में
down?
के दो
Will they listen to him?
कथा सुन लेते हैं ये.
But they listen to the Katha for 2-3 hours. They sit down.
कहाँ से आया?
From where did they imbibe these qualities? That is due to the
करने से
another devotional service.
वो अलग से डेवलप.
So all these qualities get developed automatically by performing bhakti.
कृपाचार्य ने उत्तरा के
So
इस प्रकार से भविष्यवाणी की और कहा कि इनका नाम रख.
Kripacharya told the fortune of this son, and he said that,
कि क्योंकि
and
रक्षा भगवान
he said that
की है,
he was protected by Lord Vishnu.
रक्षित है, इसलिए मैं इसका नाम रखता हूँ विष्णु
Therefore,
रात. क्या नाम रखा?
For
विष्णु रात. और जब
we will address him as Vishnu Rat.
कि ये बालक
And since he has been born, I have observed that he is looking everywhere, observing everything. So whoever comes near, he observes them. And why he's doing that? That the Lord that I saw in the womb of my mother,
माँ के पेट में मंगला आरती की थी.
so this is the only child who has performed Mangla Aarti in the womb of the Lord.
तो जिस भगवान को मैंने माता के पेट में देखा, जब
So
इसका जन्म
the
हुआ तो
Lord whom I saw in the womb of my mother, so whenever he used to see anybody, he used to judge that he's not there.
ये वो तो नहीं, तो
He is not there.
मतलब ऐसे ही सोचते होंगे. जो मैंने माँ के पेट में जिसका दर्शन किया, कृष्ण का, कन्हैया का, ये वो तो नहीं है, वो तो नहीं
So
है,
the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whom I saw in my womb or in my mother's womb, this is not that. So he was judging and observing them. So Kulguru Kripacharya said, we'll address him as Parikshit.
नाम रख दिया परीक्षित. सो भक्तों ये परीक्षित की कथा चल रही थी.
So this is the pastime of Parikshit Maharaj. So he was born in this manner.
और धीरे-धीरे महाराज
And gradually Maharaj Parikshit became a youth.
तो पांडवों ने उनका विवाह,
And he was married. There was a king whose name was Uttar, and his daughter was Iravati. So Parikshit was married to Iravati, and they begot 4 sons from this union, and the eldest of them were Janmajay. So in this manner, they had this household life. So let's talk about the divine transcendental qualities of Parikshit Maharaj. So once it so happened, he was the emperor of the whole world, and he had became victorious on all the earth. And when he came back after that, he saw that a bull, 3 legs were chopped off, and next to it a cow is crying. And seeing this extent of violence in his own kingdom, he became really angry. He came down from his chariot and told the bull, who had cut or chopped off your legs, I will kill that person. But the bull never replied. Parikshit Maharaj is asking aggressively, who has done this? But he is not replying. And then he said, oh, king, you want to ask that who chopped my legs, and you want to know what is the reason of my misery? Then honestly, even I don't know what is the why I'm unhappy. So some people say that we get anxiety or distress because of our work or past deeds, or some say that the demigods provided, and some say that it is because of the society we get these, and some say that it is just a matter of perception. So he says that I'm actually unaware that what is the reason behind my misery. So you are a king and you're all knowledgeable, so you should judge and know what is the reason of my misery. So Maharaj Parikshit realized that an animal cannot speak such words of wisdom. So he thinks that this is the principles of religiosity epitomized or personified. So Kali Yuga has chopped off 3 legs of dharma, and he knows that who has done it, but he will not say it. Why? There is a philosophical point here. Please be very careful. Those who do anything wrong, they get they incur sin, but a person who speaks the name or discuss about them, they also incur that amount of sin. So no matter how much we work, but if we criticize person who speaks or criticize a person who is a sinner, that sin is incurred, the same amount of sin is incurred by us. So We should not contemplate, discuss on such people.
उनकी authority करेगी कि हमने
Let
नहीं
their
करना।
authority do that.
हम हमारा देखें यार, शुरुआत हमसे करनी चाहिए, हैं? महाराज परीक्षित समझ गए तो धर्म है,
So Parikshit Maharaj understood that his
यहाँ वहाँ देख
dharma himself. So
कलयुग, हम और आप जिस युग में बैठे
he
हैं,
saw the
युग मूर्तिमंत स्वरूप कलयुग
Kali Yuga, who came as
रूप लेकर वहाँ खड़ा था,
personified as in the form of a king. He had this sword in his hand, and the
समझ गए
blood was
कि इसी
flowing from this sword. And he understood that these 3 legs are chopped by him. Parikshit took his sword and was about to behead Kali Yuga, and he was capable to do that.
परीक्षित जैसे ही कलयुग को मारने गए,
But he was about to kill him. Kali Yuga took the shelter of Parikshit Maharaj himself. So Kali Yuga was intelligent that I cannot win by fight, so let's bow down.
कलयुग चरणों में गिर गया। परीक्षित ने कहा कि तूने
And Parikshit says that you have done a grave sin.
भी नहीं मारता,
In my kingdom, nobody even kills an insect, and you have just chopped the legs of a bull. But now that you have taken my shelter, I'm saving you, your life. But
धरती को छोड़कर चला जा।
you should just leave my kingdom at once. Kali Yuga says that you are ruling the entire world. You are the emperor,
पृथ्वी में मुझे कहीं तो स्थान दे दीजिए।
so I should get some place to reside. Then Maharaj Parikshit replied, it's mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. According to Bhagavatam, Parikshit Maharaj gave 4 places to reside.
भागवत में ये सब श्लोकों में है, मैं सरल भाषा
It is mentioned in verses in Bhagavatam.
तो आपको कुछ
I'm simplifying it because if I speak in verses, then you won't understand.
संस्कृत आती है, मैंने पीएचडी कर रखी है, मैंने विशारद की है, काशी में जाकर पढ़ा हूँ, देखो मैंने आपको बता भी दिया है। खैर, अभ्यर्थी तत्तदा तस्मे स्थानानि कल ये ददो दूतम पानम स्त्रीय सुना यत्र अधर्म चतुर्विधा। बताओ आपको क्या पता चला? लेकिन इतना तो पता चला, संस्कृत का ये श्लोक है, श्रीमद् भागवत के प्रथम स्कंद में है।
So
महाराज
this is in the first canto, Maharaj Parikshit. In this verse,
कलयुग को 4 जगह पर स्थान देते हैं,
gives 4 places to reside.
पिला देता।
I'm short of time,
कथा करता हूँ ना, तो एक एक शब्द
otherwise I would have taught you. So when we do it online, we explain it word by word.
यत्र अधर्म चतुर्विधा, यत्र जहां पर अधर्म का वास है, कितनी जगह पर? चतुर्विधा।
So all the places where there is irreligiosity, those places I give you to reside. So what were the places? First is gambling.
परीक्षित ने कहा जहां जुआ खेला,
Parikshit Maharaj said that wherever people gamble, you can reside there. Because a person who gambles, he is not following the principles of religiosity.
धर्म करना है,
And if you want to be religious, or you want to follow the path of religion, then you should not gamble.
जुआ ये सब आपका सब्जेक्ट है।
So what kind and types of gambling, that is your subject.
लॉटरी यहाँ वहाँ ये वो, खास गैम्बलिंग नहीं करना चाहिए। दूसरा परीक्षित महाराज
So specifically, we should not gamble. And second is
नशा, किसी भी
intoxication. So any kind of intoxication is done, then you can stay there. People who intoxicate, the Kali Yuga enters them. So we should not intoxicate ourselves. We should not drink, smoke, tobacco, etc.
मैं नाम जानबूझकर नहीं लेता क्योंकि मुझे तो ज्यादा पता नहीं ना। फिर मेरे एक बार मैंने कथा किया तो एक आदमी नाच रहा था, गोवा गुटखा का तो नाम लिया ही नहीं, मतलब वो खा सकता है। तो कहने का अर्थ ये है कि जितने
So in essence,
प्रकार के नशे हैं,
whatever type of intoxication is there, we should not do that. Because Kali Yuga resides in them. It's mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam.
तम पानम स्त्रीय, स्त्रीय माने पर पुरुष और पर स्त्री।
So wherever there is an illicit relationship or affair,
स्त्री और पुरुष का गलत संबंध होता है,
there also Kali Yuga resides. And wherever things that are not edible or shouldn't be eaten are eaten, there also Kali Yuga resides. So Kali Yuga went, and he is progressing in everywhere, especially in your country. In- but please listen very carefully of these four. If you are doing even one thing, then you should not say that you are religious, that I follow the principles of religion. So it is said that these are the places where the principles of religion are not followed. And if you keep even one thing and you say that we are devotee or we religious, then we are not.
अरे इसमें हमारी कोई बातें नहीं है, भागवत की बातें हैं। मैं देखता हूँ भागवत पोथी यात्रा में
And I see
बहुत नाचते हैं, लेकिन
people dancing with Bhagavatam. It's just not to dance with Bhagavatam. We should try to imbibe it in our lives as well. So all these things are the places of religion. So just I was coming from flight, so usually I read Bhagavatam and chant. A few years back, somebody asked me, did you got fractured? So we're just seeing that my hand in the. So he said that, okay, you chant the holy names, we meditate. After 10 minutes. He drank 10 glasses of whiskey and he said that I meditate. Does he even understand what is meditation? First and foremost in meditation is yam, niyam, dharana, dhyan. It's such a deep, complex subject. And you're hanging on the first step. Are we actually following the principles of religion? So, intoxication, illicit sex, gambling, then you should not call yourself religious minded. It's better to categorize ourselves as religious. I think that the demons used to have horns on their head. So at least we were able to recognize that they were. And that these days, demons come. So it's very hard to understand. That time was great. Demons used to have horns. So we used to recognize them. So
महाराज परीक्षित के चरित्र में, जीवन में ये देखा महाभागवत महाराज परीक्षित इस प्रकार से कलयुग को 4 जगह पर स्थान दिए.
So in this way, Parikshit Maharaj gave these 4 places. So those who are following the eternal religion, I'm not speaking any higher philosophy, or I'm not speaking about pure devotion service. This is just a basic thing. Srila Prabhupada ji came to US and he said like this. So a person got hurt and he left everything and he came with, and he said that now I'm devotee. He said that today you have become a human. if by doing this we will become a pure devotee? No, we will just become human. Just by killing someone and eating it, is it even fit or befitting for a human? We have got the consciousness lower than animals. In Gujarati, there is a saying that, do you have to say, tell and monkey that you become a monkey? No, it automatically jumps from here and there. Similarly, you don't have to tell a dog to bark, but you have to tell a human to become human, because people have lost their humanity. It's so strange that Srila Prabhupada ji says all the living entities are in modesty, or they follow their principles. The cow is supposed to eat grass, so it eats grass. Does it eat meat? Because the Lord has created her in such a manner that she eats grass. And a lion eats meat because it is created in such manner. The bird eats grass. So everybody is in their own limitation, but only humans have crossed their limits. They eat grass, they eat meat. How did they eat? All these living entities. He eats anything. Generally, you might have seen all these great diseases and world war were created in human society. Have you ever heard that the dogs had a world war, or there is a recession in the world of monkeys? No. In every other society, people are satisfied because they are in their own limits. But only humans are in despair because they are breaking the law and are crossing their limits. So, at least, I'm not saying that you should become the pure devotee in one day, but at least be human. At least become a gentleman. We should not distress others. If we are not able to give anyone happiness, but at least we should not give misery, distress to others. So people say that, whom have we have distressed? So you are killing others to eat. Are you not killing these living entities? Is it bravery? Is it not cruelty or violence? So, King Parikshit gave these 4 places to Kali Yuga, and one day King Parikshit went for hunting, and it was the hot summer day, and he became thirsty. So he couldn't find any pond or lake, but nearby there was a hermitage of Samik Muni Rishi, and he went there. So he went there. So he was the emperor. He was the only king of the whole earth. So such a great king came to this hermitage of the sage. He should have been welcomed. Parikshit Maharaj saw that Samik Rishi was in meditation or in trance. He thought, this sage, is he actually meditating, or he's just pretending that he's meditating? Sometimes when people come, then we say that just tell them that we are sleeping. So Parikshit Maharaj just wanted to check, and he was king, so he was capable to do that, and it was his responsibility to check. So to check, he took a dead snake on the tip of his arrow and put it on the neck of Samik Rishi. So Samik Rishi was still in trance. Parikshit Maharaj understood that he is in deep meditation. So he took water and he went away. So here, when Samik Rishi, someone saw that Parikshit Maharaj has put snake in the neck of Samik Rishi. So this person started running. He was like us. And he went to the son of Samik Rishi, that is Shringi, that somebody has put a snake on the neck of your father. Had he told perfectly, then it would have been nice. But he added some on spices. So he started crying. That something bad has happened. He said that it's such a sad situation that somebody has put snake in the neck of your father. You should have told that the snake was dead or alive. So if we say that he didn't even realize that, he said that it's a snake, but I'm not sure whether it's alive or dead. But incomplete ignorance he gave, and this person took incomplete knowledge, and from there Kali Yuga started. Whether it's your home, your organization, temple, society, or country, by just listening to half-baked theories, you take a decision. Kali Yuga starts from there. So you should be very cautious. So, and Shringi straight away took action. He should have just gone to his home and checked what happened actually. So just by listening, he took such a grave decision. He took the water of Mother Ganga in his hand and said that whoever had put a snake on my father's neck, exactly after 7 days, he will be bitten by Takshak snake and he will be killed. So you all are aware of Vasuki. So Takshak is younger brother of Vasuki. So far he's not aware who has put this snake. And he's not aware that whether the snake is dead or alive. But he has taken such a great decision on behest of a person whom he didn't even knew. So from here we get a great learning that we are living with our friends, husband and wife, we live together, we live as a family together. And if a person comes and says some topic, and we take action and we start fighting, and our friendship turns into animosity, and the years of affection gets destroyed. So you should be very cautious of such people. In Ramayana, Ravan is dead or alive. He died. Ramji was shot with 31 arrows. So he died. So Kumbhakarna is dead. Ramji killed Kumbhakarna and Ravana. Marich, even Tadaka, Subahu, etc. But what happened to Mantra? Did she die? If you take Valmiki Ramayana or Tulsidas Ramayana or Anand Ramayana, so there are 100 types of Ramayana. There is a mention of killing of Ravana, Kumbhakarna, but never it is mentioned that Mantra has died. Who is Mantra? Who gave bad counsel to Kekai. So this Mantra is still alive, and from Ayodhya she is reached UK, and now she might have a great family. It's 10 lakh years have passed, so she's not alone. So she has grandsons, grandchildren, might be there sitting next to you. So just be careful, because they will destroy your relationship of years. They will destroy your happy family life. So just by listening to someone, you should not take a decision. This is Kali Yuga. So sometimes orators speak. What do we used to listen? Marish Parikshit gave 4 places, and Kali came. I didn't find anything. So he was given a place in gold, and then he sat on the head of Parikshit Maharaj. He didn't sat on the head of Parikshit. He is a Mahabhagavat. He is a great exalted devotee of the Lord. Kali Yuga cannot touch him. But where did he sat? From where did he entered? So whoever listens to this man, some rare the Kali Yuga starts. So you should not trust them. And sometimes people have their own ulterior motive, or sometimes people have this kind of jealousy or envy. I sometimes tell LalGovind Prabhu is here, he speaks. What is so great about? No, he has taken a great topic to discuss. It is, and we listen to him. But if someone says, do you know? He was eating pani puri outside a shop. And we'll become more interested. What was he eating? Where was he?
थी नहीं हो, ऐसा कुछ है नहीं है? तो कहने का अर्थ है कि किसी की निंदा सुनने में हमारे कान हजारों गुना हो जाता है.
We enjoy to listen to the malice towards others. So we should try to have good association of great devotees, so that we should not have this inkling to listen to malice towards others. So let's move to the fundamental topic. So Shringi took this decision and cursed Parikshit Maharaj, and he came crying, and Sami Rishi asked what happened. Said that you are here. I thought that you're dead. It's great that you did. Today I have cursed. Sami Rishi said that whom have you cursed? The one who have put snake in your neck. He is dead, but I have cursed him. So Sami Rishi meditated, and he saw, my son has cursed exalted devotee of the Lord, that is Maharaj Parikshit. In whole chapter, in numerous verses, Samik Rishi repents. He says that, oh my son, what have you done? Without giving it a thought, you have cursed such a great devotee of the Lord. Till the time Parikshit is ruling, Kali Yuga cannot enter. But now you have cursed him. You see that Kali Yuga will enter, and there will be a kingdom of irreligiosity, injustice, violence, and all this will or we will be considered responsible for this, because of us it had happened. Sometimes because of our little negligence or ignorance can create such a great
कई बार हमारी
mischief.
छोटी गलतियां बहुत बड़ा धर्म का प्रचार रोक सकती हैं। बहुत
Sometimes
मुझे आप बताइए, हमारे ज्यादा क्या कहना, ये श्रृंगी ने श्राप नहीं दिया होता ना, हम लोग
had Shringi not cursed, then we might have been sitting in Dwapar Yuga.
ये तो परीक्षित गए तो कलयुग आया।
As Parikshit, when
परीक्षित अब तक हो
Kali Yuga came.
ताकत नहीं थी, लेकिन एक लड़के की नादानी ने कितना बड़ा,
But just a mistake of a boy created so much misery. So this is so much. There is so much to learn practically in our lives here, that we should not do something. Samik Rishi is crying, and what is he praying to the Lord? That a mistake of a disciple is not considered to be the mistake of this disciple, but of the spiritual master. And if the son commits a mistake, then it's considered to be the mistake of the father. So please forgive me, but whatever will the future, I won't be able to see.
जब चिड़िया चुग गई खेत है, अवसर बीत जाने, चिड़िया जब खेत चुग जाए क्या काम। लेकिन समीक ऋषि ने अपने शिष्य गौरमुख नाम के शिष्य को बुलाया, बेटा तू जा।
Samik Rishi told his disciple Gormukh that you should go and inform Parikshit Maharaj that in 7 days you're going to die, and you should find a solution to get rid of this death. And Parikshit Maharaj was capable; he could have rejected the death. Such was his benevolence, magnificence. So the qualities of a devotee, the topic that we could. So what are the qualities of a Vaishnava? So the greatest quality that I can see, as you have all heard the situation that this has happened. So till that point, Parikshit has reached his home, and he took off his shield, etc., and he was sitting alone in solitude. And what is he thinking? So this is the introduction of Parikshit. This is his quality. When we are in midst of people, we are not what we actually are. But when this person reaches home, they'll remove the makeup after washing the face. And in actual, who are we when we sit in solitude? And whatever we contemplate, that is our introduction in essence. That what is our thought. Person doesn't become big by wealth or home, but by his thoughts. Goswami Tulsidas Ji has written about demigods that these demigods live in heavenly planets, but so don't think that people who live in great palaces are great. A person cannot be measured by beauty, opulence, wealth, but by the thought. Just listen about Parikshit Maharaj's thoughts. So he is sitting in solitude, and I want to thank Sud Goswami, and he speaks about Parikshit Maharaj was contemplating. Is it? What is Parikshit Maharaj thinking? He is in despair. He is repenting. His despair knows no bound. He thinks that I have committed a grave sin today.
तो ऐसा सोचते हैं हम कि आज मुझसे बहुत बड़ा अपराध। एक अंदर की बात सुनिए, परीक्षित महाराज से कोई अपराध नहीं हुआ।
So Parikshit Maharaj has not committed any sin. It is the responsibility of a king to judge a brahmana, but a person who is great, although he is not at fault, he thinks that I'm at fault. So if there is a fight between two people and if someone says that this is my fault, so please forgive me. So do you think that he has lost in the eyes of materialist? He might have lost, but in Krishna's eyes or essence, perception, he has won. So Naradji writes in Narad Bhakti Sutra, if we are devotees or we consider ourselves a Vaishnava, that we will not waste our time in discourse. We'll say that, yeah, you are great and I'm not. So, but we waste half of our time in proving what we are not. I feel very proud of my disciplic succession on Srila Prabhupada and Rupa Goswami. In the whole world, there is a Brahmin who had studied the Vedanta, and he used to have a combat of discourse, and he used to defeat others and make them his slaves. So he came to Rupa Goswami, he said that let's combat. So although Rupa Goswami was a wise man, but he said that I'm not a scholar. And he said that I'm not. So he said that you put it in a paper. And Rupa Goswami said, if you're satisfied, then I can write it. So he wrote that I am fool and I'm not wise and I am defeated by you. And he gave it to this person. So Maharaj Parikshit is sitting in solitude. When we sit in solitude, but although we are sitting in an air conditioner, but still our heart is burning. But when Parikshit Maharaj is sitting in solitude, just think what he is thinking. In Washington, D.C., I have spoken for 7 days on just this thought, what Parikshit Maharaj was thinking. I just want to convey that it's a great subject, it's a deep subject, but I'm just giving you an introduction. You can listen to or read Bhagavatam at your home as well. So what was he thinking? He said that no matter, today I have incurred sin and he is repenting. A person who lives in India should not work like this. I have such a pitiable work and it's a grave mistake and I accept my error. And he's thinking, sitting all alone, says that I have offended a Brahmana and I should be punished for the same. So he's preparing himself that I should be punished as I have erred in my judgment. And I should be punished immediately. Just this philosophical, if we have committed a mistake, then we should immediately atone our sin, because the more time we the more the time elapsed, the punishment will become manifold, like a compound interest. So we should never ever take time to atone our sin. So if you go on a train and you are going without a ticket and you get caught by a TC and he'll say that you give fine of 10,000. Okay, the ticket is for 500, but you didn't do. So now this is an offense and it is manifold. So whatever we have done wrong, we should try to rectify it immediately. Otherwise, it will give us fruit or punishment manifold. So if Parikshit is thinking that what kind of punishment should I get?
बलमुद्वकोशं प्रकोपितो ब्रह्मकुलानलो में दहत्वभद्रस्य पुनर्ममेयभूत् पापीर्यसीधि द्विजदेवगोभ्यः अद्य एव इसी समय मेरा राज्य मेरे हाथ
Atya ev, that is immediately I should lose my kingdom. So what a great thought that I'm the emperor of the whole world. I should lose this kingdom as I have sinned. And immediately then he thinks that if I even if I lost the kingdom, but if I have the wealth, then I should lose my wealth also. So I've lost this. But if I have the army, then I can fight again. So all this army should also be lost. Why? Because so that even by mistake we should not offend a cow, brahmana, or a sage. So I should be punished immediately. And when he was thinking like this, so the thought of Parikshit and the thought of Ramchandra. When Dasharath announced that Ramji will be coronated as the king tomorrow, so he was not in that assembly. He was unaware. Vashish Muni was there. He said, you should make king immediately. So he said that we should just wait for one day. Had he not said that, this exile wouldn't have happened. So he said that you should go to Ram and tell him that what are the rules and regulations for him before he gets coronated. So Vishishji came to Ramji and said, Raghav, tomorrow you need to fast, and told all that you are to be coronated tomorrow, as King Dasharath has decided that you will be coronated as the king tomorrow. So Vishishji left. Now Ramji is thinking. So Ramji is in solitude, and it's described in Ramayana. Throughout the night, Ramji couldn't sleep. And what is he thinking? His eyes are filled with tears. And he is thinking that I have been born in such a great dynasty where with so many great kings like Raghu, Dilip, who had given their life for one war, who have killed them or in protecting the cows. So I have been born in such a pious clan, and in this Sun dynasty, everything has worked so well so far. But today we are going we have committed a mistake today. This is the despondency of Ramji. He is thinking in solitude. This is inappropriate. We are four brothers and we were born because of one nectar. We were born on the same day. We were named on one day. Everything was performed similarly on one. But when it was time to coronate, then we all should have been coronated. But today, king has left alone others and selected me. Why? This is the thought of Lord Sri Ram. Sometimes I think in an organization or in society or in family, if there is someone who is elder, if he has this thought, then we will have the kingdom of Lord Sri Ram. This is such a great thought that whatever I have got, it should have been given to my younger one before. This is the thought of Ramji, that whatever I'm getting, it should be given to Bharatji or Lakshman or Shatrughan, my younger ones. So a person becomes great by his thoughts. Outwardly, we may appear great, but what actually is our thought process? So Parikshit Maharaj was thinking, and in the meanwhile, the disciples were sent by Samik Rishi to inform him. So Suchi says that Parikshit Maharaj was thinking, and he comes and says that I have a bad news to share with you. Please forgive me for the same. Parikshit Maharaj said, you can say without any fear. He says, O king, exactly after 7 days, Takshak snake will bite you and kill you. This is the curse that have been given to you. By saying this, he went away. But Parikshit Maharaj has two options. Either he could find a solution to save himself from death, and he was capable to do that. But it is a thought of a demon, because whenever a demon performs austerity, they just want immortality, whether he's Hiranyakashipu or Ravana, etc. Are we not trying to hide our age?
सफेद हो तो काले करा देते हैं. ये कुछ अमर बनने का तो विचार नहीं है ना हमारा. तो मतलब हम असुरों की कैटेगरी में असुर
getting in the category of demons. So they want to be immortal, but a great devotee is not scared of death. They decorate their death. Maharaj Parikshit was not bewildered. He said that I have 7 days and I will die. Parikshit was not worried. He said that anyways I was to die one day. But at least I am aware that when I'm going to die. So he was not scared. He thought that it's an invitation from the Lord. And at least we have 7 days to prepare. So all who are sitting in this hall, are we sure that we will live for 7 days? Sometimes we can die in 7 hours. After Katha, the prasad that we take. So we are not sure.
जिंदगी का साथ देती
नहीं जो किसी का क्या भरोसा है इस जिंदगी का.
जिंदगी का कोई भरोसा नहीं है, 7 घंटे में मर जाए, 7 मिनट में मर जाए।
So this life is uncertain. We might die in 7 hours, 7 minutes. So our life is like the droplet on the petal of lotus flower, and it might fall any time. This is our life.
परीक्षित महाराज, देखो कितने भी बड़ी नेगेटिव चीज को कैसे पॉजिटिव लेना।
So how we can take any negative thing into positive, we can learn from Parikshit Maharaj. If someone tells you that you're going to die in 7 days,
पहले तो हम हैंग हो जाएंगे यार, ये बोल क्या
for first few minutes we will
लेकिन धन्य है महाराज परीक्षित।
be so confused. But great is Parikshit Maharaj. He said that no matter that I'm going to die, but at least I am aware that I will die in 7 days. So he took a decision that if I have to die, then I will not die at my home.
मरना भलो विदेश में जहां न अपना कोई, हमको भी मरना है ना तो उस जगह
So
पर नहीं
when we are to die, then we should not die where we have lived our whole life,
जहां पर हम जिए हैं ना,
because where we have lived,
बहुत प्रकार की आसक्ति होती है।
because we have too many types of attachment there.
आप लोग नहीं माला जप करने के लिए हम लोग घर पर बैठते हैं,
So when we sit at home to chant
जब
the
हम
holy
घर
names,
पर माला जाप करने के लिए बैठते हैं तो ऐसे माला शुरू किया,
we start
हमारा
chanting,
ध्यान सोफे पर जाता है,
then we
सोफा जो
think
फटा हुआ है
about the
उसे रिपेयर
sofa.
कराना है, नया
We need to
सोफा
repair
लेना
this
है,
sofa,
वहां से
whether we'll buy a new one or
हमारा
will we
ध्यान
repair
जा
it.
करके कहाँ
So
निकल जाता है।
our
फिर
mind
थोड़ी देर
just
के बाद
roams here and there.
हम तो माला कर रहे थे, शॉपिंग करके आ गए।
We were supposed to chant, but we went shopping.
आपको दिन में क्या काम करना है, तो टू डू बनाने के लिए सबसे अच्छा टाइम
If you want to make a to-do list, then you should keep
माला शुरू करोगे ना, दिन भर के काम
start chanting, and
लाइन अप हो जाएंगे कि पहले ये पहले माया
the
का
to-do
प्रभाव
list will be created in your mind. This is the potency
तो
of
परीक्षित
Maya
ने सोचा
Devi.
कि घर पर रहूंगा ना तो
So
कहीं ना
Parikshit
कहीं
Maharaj thought that
फंस जाऊंगा,
if I stay at home, then I will get
सबसे पहले
entangled
कि घर पर नहीं मैं मरूंगा
or attached
तो कहीं
to home. So I will
गंगा
go out of
गोकुल
the
या
home.
कोई
I
पवित्र
will go
क्षेत्र
to
में
a
मैं
holy
जाऊंगा,
place
मेरा
like
मन
Vrindavan, Gokul.
है ना। सो ये परीक्षित का निर्णय था। प्रभुपाद जी अमेरिका में थे,
So Prabhupada ji was in US
ऐसी वीक हुई,
and he
उन्होंने तुरंत कहा मुझे
became
अमेरिका
sick,
वृंदावन
and
भेज
he
दो।
told that immediately take me to Vrindavan.
परीक्षित महाराज, हमारा क्या है ना, हम तो एक तो जीवन भर एक घर में रहते हैं,
So
जब मृत्यु का समय आता है तो फिर उसी में
we live in one home, and then when we are about to die,
भगवान से कहते हैं बूढ़ों को उठा
and
लीजिए,
even the family members start praying that let him die because he's getting so much sick, and so they all pray.
6 महीना 7 महीने के बाद एक दिन बूढ़े का ब्लड ब्लड प्रेशर हाई हो जाता है, डॉक्टर को
Then
बुलाते हैं, डॉक्टर चेक करते हैं, बस
blood pressure rises, and
अच्युतम केशव,
doctor says that he's going to die in 4 hours.
तब घर वाले क्या करते हैं, सबको फोन
Then
करके बुलाते हैं,
they call all the relatives,
पूरा समाज
friends.
उस बूढ़े के
The
सिर
whole
पर
society stands
बाबा
on the
आपने पहचाना ना,
head of
તમે મને
this
ઓળખી, તમારી પાસે
person.
બિચારો જાય છે, જવા દે ને, અત્યારે ઓળખાણ કાઢવાની શું જરૂર છે,
And they say that, have you recognized me? Do you know me?
मैं आपका पोता, मैं आपका भाई, मैं आपका ये, मैं आपका वो, पूरा समाज सिर पर
So they
चढ़ा है,
start
और
introducing
लोगों का
themselves.
जुलूस रहा है,
This
कौन
person is
युद्ध चल रहा है,
fighting with his death,
और उस समय बूढ़े का ब्लड
and at that
प्रेशर
time
लो हो जाता है, और
his
कुछ
blood
बुजुर्ग
pressure
होते हैं ना, वो
goes down.
कहते हैं कि उसके मुख में
Then
गंगा
some
जल
say
डालो,
that put some holy water in his mouth.
હરિદ્વાર અને ગંગામાં સ્નાન કરી આવજો, જો જીવતા નહીં
When we are alive, we
તો
should.
લોટિયું તમને લઈને જશે, ઘણા એરપોર્ટે અમને મળે, આ લોટી આમાં મારા દાદાજી છે,
If you,
આવો પધરાવો,
when you're alive, you should go to take the holy dip in the river. Otherwise, your grandchildren will take you in a pot and take you to Gangaji when you're dead.
हमको लोटी में जाए उससे अच्छा है साक्षात चले जाए। तो खैर, तो फिर वो जो बड़े बुजुर्ग होते हैं ना, वो
So the elders in the home say that
થોડુંક સારું પડશે, તો પછી એમ કે
put some holy water in his mouth. So he pours the Ganga, and he sees the face of his son. So at the last moment, he's looking at the face of his son, and he left his body. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, "Oh Arjuna, during the time of death, wherever your mind is there, you will get that body." So he was looking at his son while he was leaving his body. So he comes as the son of his own son. And there is a custom that when there is a child is born, then people go and meet the child. And they bring some clothes for the child. And then they say that he looks just like his grandfather. No, he doesn't looks like his grandfather, but the grandfather himself has came. He was supposed to go to the eternal abode of the Lord, but you didn't allow him to go. If you want to attain the abode of the Lord, then we should not live in home. We should leave all our attachment and go to holy places. He now coronated his elder son Janmajay as a king, and he quit everything and left the home. His wife and children stopped. So many people stopped, but Parikshit had already renounced everything. So this pastime is in Bhagavatam, and Sudasji has recited it beautifully. Let me describe it in that.
Raja kariyo vichar,
ya vidhi raja kariyo vichar,
राज साज सबही को डारी,
राज साज सबही को डारी,
पुत्र कलत्र देखी सब रोवे,
देखी सब रोवे,
राजा तीन की और न जो,
राजा तीन की और न जो।
महाराज परीक्षित अपने घर से चले हैं और परीक्षित महाराज,
So King Parikshit has started from his kingdom, and whose shelter he has taken at the time of his death. He took the shelter of Mother Ganga, and while walking, he reached the banks of Bhagirathi Ganga. And Suji says, first and foremost, he took the dip in the holy water, and he took a vow that I have just 7 days left in my life, and in these 7 days, I will not eat anything. If we have 7 days, we will take a vow. We will just enjoy for 7 days, eat everything that we can. Anyways, we're going to die, so we should eat whatever we can before that. So we think reverse. So Parikshit Maharaj thought that only 7 days are left, so I will not eat anything. I will not drink water. I will not sleep.
आजू बाजू में थोड़ी देर, तब आजू बाजू में जो कुछ ऋषि मुनि थे ना,
Then there were some sages who were surrounding him, and they said counsel without even being asked that we don't need your counsel, we need just your support. He said that, oh king, you're a king, you have so much wealth and opulence, you should be charitable. He said that I can do donation, but by that I will get piety and I will get heavenly planets. And once our good deeds are elapsed, we have to come back again on this earth. I just want to work in such a manner that I shouldn't be coming back in this repeated cycle of birth and death. He was the he belongs to the dynasty of Pandavas, and he took a decision. For 7 days, I will listen to Srimad Bhagavatam. But who will speak Bhagavatam to me? So when Parikshit took this decision that I will listen to the pastimes of the Lord Sri Krishna, that this news spread like wildfire that Parikshit Maharaj is going to listen to the Katha, and the speaker or orator will be a great personality. So all the sages came with their disciples and gathered near Parikshit Maharaj. So great sages are named in Bhagavatam. So thousands, great sages with their thousands and thousands of disciples came, and they all were given appropriate place to sit. And then Parikshit Maharaj tells with folded hands that please speak Bhagavatam to me. If we were at their place, then we would have started speaking. First, we should try to understand the philosophy. If there is a great personality than us, then we should listen from them. Then only we should give them. So sometimes we give counsel to our spiritual master. Just remember, the one day you try to show your knowledge in front of your spiritual master, then your all knowledge will be destroyed. What do we sing in our Guru Puja every day? We sing Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu. So the mercy of the spiritual master falls on a fool, but we want to be a spiritual master of our spiritual master. So Parikshit Maharaj said that somebody speak, but there was pin drop silence. Nobody was ready to speak, but Parikshit Maharaj was waiting, and the greatest orator of all times came to speak Bhagavatam. Had Parikshit Maharaj invited this speaker, it just happened by chance. He was looking for an orator, and Shukdev ji arrives. Is this a coincidence? So let me share a confidential secret. You all are aware that Lord Shri Krishna stayed for 128.5 years on this earth. And after that, he went to Vaikuntha, and you all are aware of this pastime. So, but what happened to his 16,108 wives? Have you ever thought? So it's mentioned in Padma Puran that Krishna's 16,108 wives were extremely distressed and saddened, and there was one wife, that is Kalindi or Yamunaji. Yamunaji is very glorious. She is in Gokul, she is in Mathura, and she is Dwarika as well. So throughout Krishna's life, Yamunaji was there with him. So other wives said, you have resided in Braja, and when he unmanifested in Raslila, then what did the gopis do? Then Yamuna Maharani said,
तप्तजीवनम् कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहम् श्रवणमङ्गलम् श्रीमदाततम् भुवि गृह्णन्ति ते भूरिदा। यमुना ने कहा कि कृष्ण के विरह में,
Yamuna ji said that in separation with the Lord, only the pastimes of the Lord work as nectar. They give us life again, revives us again. So then they said that who will speak Bhagavatam to us? So Kalindi said that there is only one person who can do that very well, that is Uddhav. He said that he resides in Braj as a creep or a tree. So who will take us to Braja? Then all the wives of Lord Shri Krishna called Parikshit and Janmajay and told, can you do us a favor? He said, what? The Lord has left for his abode. In separation, we want to listen to his pastime, so can you take us to Braj? He said, no worries. And he made arrangements for the same. And he came to the foothills of Govardhan near Kusum Sarovar. And he organized. So it requires so much wealth, opulence to make arrangement to organize such a katha. So he organized this katha for the wives of Krishna's wives, and Uddhavji came and sat, and he was about to speak. And all the wives were sitting, and Parikshit was sitting in the front as well. Uddhavji said, oh Parikshit, you should stand and you should leave at once. You should make arrangements for prasadam. You should take care of other arrangements, that there should not be any war or any disturbance. He said that I want to listen to the katha. He said that if you listen to the katha, they won't be able to listen properly in peace. You are young. You make arrangements, let them listen to the katha. Then Parikshit said that how will I listen to the katha? And the pastime that it's mentioned in Padma Puran, Uddhavji replied, oh Parikshit, you have organized this katha. You've made the arrangements to serve. So a person who organizes this, for him the Lord makes arrangement. And you will see that you have organized this katha for so many people. When you are going to die, Krishna will himself send a great orator for you. So people criticize, what is the requirement to organize a katha? People criticize that why do we need to spend so much time?
का आयोजन करने की ये महिमा
So,
है।
this is the glory of organizing a Katha, and it is the proof is in Padma Puran.
परीक्षित जब बेचारे लाचार हो चुके थे कि मुझे कौन कथा
When Parikshit was helpless and he was thinking, who will speak me?
भेजा, क्यों?
It was mercy of the Lord that
कथा का आयोजन किया था।
Shukdev Goswami arrived, because he has arranged Bhagavatam Katha for others. When a person make arrangement for them, he distributes the or facilitates others to listen. And that for them, the Lord sends great speakers like Shukdev Goswami in his life. And today, during his last time, he's saying, requesting, oh sages, please speak Bhagavatam.
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Jai Ho
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
परीक्षित कहते हैं कि आज मुझे तक्षक का डर नहीं है।
Parikshit Maharaj says that I'm not scared of Takshak. I'm not scared of death itself as well. I'm on the banks of Haridwar or Gangaji. I'm with association of great sages and saints. But please speak Bhagavatam to me. But there was a pin drop silence in the assembly, and by the arrangement of Lord Shri Krishna, the great sage who walks independently, who is self-realized, who is highly respectable, the Chris jewel of Bhagavatam, Vaiyasakhi, the son of Vyasaji, Shukdev Goswami appeared. And as soon as he arrived, all the sages stood up in respect and honor. And this 16-year-old Shukdev Goswami is being welcomed by these great sages and saints. But how should they welcome? Where will they get the sweeper? They started sweeping the ground with their beards, and they welcomed him with speech, garland, etc. And so don't you think that we should also stand up in honor of Shukdev Goswami? So all the sages danced. So here also we have all sages and saints.
आज शुकदेव पधारे
धन भाग हमारे आज शुकदेव पधारे
धन धन भाग हमारे आज शुकदेव पधारे
धन धन भाग हमारे आज शुकदेव पधारे
श्री राधा के दुलारे आज शुकदेव पधारे
श्री राधा के दुलारे आज शुकदेव पधारे
धन धन भाग हमारे आज शुकदेव पधारे वेद व्यास घर बजत बधाई
व्यास घर बजत बधाई
वेद व्यास घर बजत बधाई
व्यास घर बजत बधाई
स्वयं प्रभु अवतारे, के धन धन भाग हमारे। अवतारे के धन
धन भाग हमारे,
धन धन भाग हमारे, आज शुक्रदेव पधारे।
धन धन भाग्य हमारे, आज शुक्रदेव पधारे।
श्री राधा के दुलारे, आज शुक्रदेव पधारे।
श्री राधा के दुलारे, आज शुक्रदेव पधारे।
ए हो, ए हेलो हेलो, आगे आ सकते हैं, आगे आ जाओ, आगे आ जाओ। आपकी कुर्सी कोई नहीं ले लेगा, आपकी कुर्सी आपकी ही रहेगी, चिंता मत करो। अब आगे आ जाओ। श्री जी के पालित ललित शुक्र,
के पालित ललित शुक्र,
श्री जी के पालित ललित शुक्र,
श्री के पालित ललित शुक्र,
श्री जी की आज्ञा को धारे, के धन धन भाग हमारे।
श्री जी को आज्ञा को धारे, के धन धन भाग हमारे।
धन धन भाग हमारे, आज शुक्रदेव पधारे।
धन्य धन्य भाग्य हमारे, आज शुक्रदेव पधारे।
श्री राधा के दुलारे, आज शुक्रदेव पधारे।
श्री राधा के दुलारे, आज शुक्रदेव पधारे।
हो षोडवर्षीय श्याम सलोने,
षोडवर्षीय श्याम सलोने,
षोडवर्षीय श्याम सलोने,
षोडवर्षीय श्याम सलोने,
अति दिव्य वपुधारे, आज शुक्रदेव पधारे।
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 आना मदन गोपाल हमारे हरि कीर्तन में,
आना मदन गोपाल हमारे हरि कीर्तन में।
कीर्तन में हरि कीर्तन में,
कीर्तन में हरि कीर्तन में,
कीर्तन में हरि कीर्तन में,
कीर्तन में हरि कीर्तन में।
भक्तों का मान बढ़ाना हमारे हरि कीर्तन में।
भक्तों के मान बढ़ाना हमारे हरि कीर्तन में।
आना मदन गोपाल हमारे हरि कीर्तन में।
आना मदन गोपाल हमारे हरि कीर्तन में।
राधे सुधारे,
आप पधारे काज सुधारे।
अपने चरण सेवाना हमारे हरि कीर्तन में,
अपने शरण सेवाना हमारे हरि कीर्तन में।
आना मदन गोपाल हमारे हरि कीर्तन में,
आना मदन गोपाल हमारे हरि कीर्तन में।
हो नैना प्यासे तुम्हारे दर्शन पे,
नैना प्यासी तुम्हारे दर्शन पे।
नैना प्यासे तुम्हारे दर्शन पे,
नैना प्यासी तुम्हारे दर्शन पे।
इनकी प्यास बुझाना हमारे हरि कीर्तन में,
इनकी प्यास बुझाना हमारे हरि कीर्तन में।
आना मदन गोपाल हमारे हरि कीर्तन में,
आना मदन गोपाल हमारे हरि कीर्तन में।
हो राधे चरण धोई चरणामृत पावे,
चरण धोई शरणामृत पावे।
चरण धोई चरणामृत पावे,
चरण धोई शरणामृत पावे।
बेड़ा पार लगाना हमारे हरि कीर्तन में,
बेड़ा पार लगाना हमारे हरि कीर्तन में।
आना मदन गोपाल हमारे हरि कीर्तन में,
आना मदन गोपाल हमारे हरि कीर्तन में।
हो भाव से नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते, कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः। हरिहराय नमः कृष्ण यादवाय नमः,
हरिहराय नमः कृष्ण यादवाय नमः।
हरिहराय नमः कृष्ण यादवाय नमः,
हरिहराय नमः यादवाय नमः।
हरिहराय नमः कृष्ण यादवाय नमः,
हरिहराय नमः कृष्ण यादवाय
यादवाय माधवाय केशवाय नमः,
यादवाय माधवाय केशवाय नमः।
यादवाय माधवाय केशवाय नमः,
यादवाय माधवाय केशवाय नमः।
गोपाल गोविंद राम श्री मधुसूदन,
गोपाल गोविंद राम श्री मधुसूदन।
गोपाल गोविंद राम श्री मधुसूदन,
गोपाल गोविंद राम श्री मधुसूदन।
हे गोपाल गोविंद राम श्री मधुसूदन,
गोपाल गोविंद राम श्री मधुसूदन।
गिरिधर गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन,
गिरिधर गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन।
गिरिधर गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन,
गिरिधर गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन।
श्री चैतन्य नित्यानंद नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत सीता,
श्री चैतन्य नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत सीता,
श्री चैतन्य नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत सीता,
हरि गुरु वैष्णव भागवत गीता, हरि गुरु वैष्णव भागवत गीता,
हरि गुरु वैष्णव भागवत गीता,
हरि गुरु वैष्णव भागवत गीता,
श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ,
श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ,
श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ,
सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ,
श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ,
सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ,
श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ,
गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ,
श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ,
गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ,
इच्छाई गोसाई करी चरण वंदन, हो
हरि शरण वंदन,
इच्छाई गोसाई करी चरण वंदन,
जय गोसाई गौरी चरण वंदन,
इच्छाई गोसाई करी चरण वंदन,
जय गोसाई गौरी चरण वंदन,
जहाँ है ते विघ्न नाश अभिष्ट पुराण,
हाथ विघ्न नाश विश्व पुराण,
जहाँ है ते विघ्न नाश अभिष्ट पुराण, आनंद बोलो हरि भज वृंदावन,
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 श्री गुरु वैष्णव पद बजाइया मान,
श्री गुरु वैष्णव पद भजाइया मान,
श्री गुरु वैष्णव पद बजाइया मान,
श्री गुरु वैष्णव पद भजाइया मान,
हे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे,
हरे कृष्णा
जय हो
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे,
हे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे,
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम
हो
राम राम हरे हरे,
जय जय प्रभु
प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद, नित्य गौर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, नित्य गौर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, जय गौर हरि बोल,
युग धर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, शिशिरा गोकुलानंद भगवान की जय, गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, निताई गौर प्रेमानंद। धन्यवाद। सभी भक्त अपना स्थान ग्रहण करें। अभी 20 मिनट की कथा बाकी है। सभी भक्त अपना स्थान ग्रहण करें। लीला शुकोसो वृषभानुजाया पवित्र चंचू प्रिय चुंबनेन एकांतिको न्यरहस्य पाठी गौलोक प्रसाद सदा निवासी। महाराज परीक्षित की सभा में श्री सुखदेव
So,
गोस्वामी,
in the assembly of Parikshit Maharaj, Shukdev Goswami appears.
हमारे आचार्य
Our great learned scholars
दिव्य लीला में लिखते हैं,
describe the divine transcendental pastime of Srimati Radha and Krishna. It's the time in Gokula.
एक दिन
One day,
यहाँ सुबह जगे हैं
Krishna just woke up
और सुबह जगकर आज कृष्ण को राधा रानी की बड़ी याद आ रही है।
and he is remembering Srimati Radharani.
राधा को मिलने का बड़ा मन कर रहा है।
He desperately wants to meet her.
प्रिया जी की याद है और इसलिए प्रिया जी तो दूर रहती, बरसाने में
But
रहती।
Priyaji is living far away in Barsana. So Krishna
खिड़की के पास बैठकर राधा
sits near the window and is thinking about Srimati Radharani.
माँ यशोदा कृष्ण के पास आती हैं।
Mother Yashoda approaches Krishna and says that why are you sitting here?
तू रोज सुबह
The
उठकर सूर्य
east
का
is
दर्शन
towards
करके
there.
सूर्य को जल
You
अर्पण करती
take a darshan and offer water to Suryanarayan. But today you're sitting near this window. Why? Krishna says, oh, my mother, my son is where Srimati Radharani resides. He speaks in his heart that my heart is in Barsana.
बहुत याद आ रही है। और उस समय क्या हुआ?
And at that time, what happened? A parrot or a shook
आकाश से उड़ते हुए राधे राधे
comes flying, chanting Radhe Radhe.
वहां आया। एक
And
को राधा जी की याद आ रही थी,
and he was already remembering
स्मरण किया।
Srimati Radharani, and when he heard the name of Srimati Radharani from this parrot, he became overwhelmed with joy. So this parrot sat on the window and kept on chanting Radhe Radhe. Then this parrot said, Srimati Radharani has sent me to you,
शाम को 5 बजे
and she has told that today 5 o'clock you should come to Prasanna to meet me.
की कोई सीमा न रही।
Krishna's happiness knew no bounds.
ભાવતું તું અને વેધે કીધું।
So, if in Gujarati we have to say, then we'll say that the doctor prescribed whatever we love to eat. So, he already was remembering Srimati Radharani, and this parrot gave this message. So, Krishna became ecstatic and happy, satisfied with this parrot, and said that, will you eat something? Said that, I'm here for work with the Lord, and then why or should I rest? I'm here to do your work. I'm here for your work. So that now that you have confirmed, so I will give the messenger. So he says that I need to convey this confirmation to Srimati Radharani. So I don't need to eat anything. I want to go back. So he came back from Gokul to Barsana, and he tells Srimati Radharani, oh, Shri Radhe, oh, Krishna has confirmed that today we are going to meet. So Radharani embraces, kisses this parrot and said that you have done a great job. And then she peels a pomegranate and feeds the seeds of this pomegranate with her own hands, that you have worked for me. So I just want to say, those who give message of the Lord to the world, then their arrangement is done by the Lord himself, by Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani herself takes care of everything. So we don't worry about the whole world because our master is Srimati Radharani. So who is the presiding deity of the working class? This is Vishwakarma. So for cobblers, their presiding deity is Raidas. So those who sing well, their presiding deity is Srimati Saraswati Devi. Then there might be a question: those who preach Gita and Bhagavat, who is a presiding deity for them? For architects, Vishwakarma; for cobblers, Raidas; for arts, Srimati Saraswati Devi. Then who is a presiding deity for Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita? That is none other than Srimati Radharani. So now she's feeding this pomegranate and to this parrot, and she says that you are very good. You take care of me so well. Will you do me a favor? Shuk said that uh, you can tell me. I will try to do whatever I can. So she says that the secret messages that I convey to you, and you give them to Krishna, and Krishna conveys his message to you. So the deep, intrinsic, confidential messages that we share is only known by you, and nobody else knows about it.
राधा रानी तो करुणामयी है ना.
So Srimati Radharani is so merciful. She had this desire that the people of the living entities of this Kali Yuga, they should know the love between me and Lord Shri Krishna, and their intrinsic mellow, and this is only known by this parrot. So she tells this parrot, will you do me a favor? I said, what? He said, she says that you take birth as Shukdev Goswami and share this deep, intrinsic, confidential message to all the living entities in Kali Yuga. And this parrot of Srimati Radharani appeared as Shukdev Goswami. He is none other than the spiritual messenger between Radha and Krishna, who appeared as Shukdev Goswami. Therefore, the Lord says, this love between me and Radharani is known by Shukdev, that I know and Shukdev knows. So Shukdev Goswami was aware, and that is why he appeared on this earth. And he is not any ordinary person. He is the parrot of Srimati Radharani. So he was 16-year-old. So even Vedvyasji stood up after seeing her. So there were so many old people there on the stage, and they all sat on the lotus feet of Shukdev Goswami. The 16-year-old is standing, sitting on a throne, while the sages who are elder to him are sitting down. So people don't are known by their age, but by their knowledge and devotional service. So sometimes people ridicule that how could he will speak till yesterday he used to speak he used to wear shorts. So a person is considered great by his devotional service. So Shukdev Goswami's beauty is described by Sud Goswami. He says, so he says he was 16-year-old with long hair. And how were his hair? Long. If I just have little long hair, then people ridicule that why he's a speaker and he keeps long hair.
कुछ लोगों को तो ये है भागवत के वक्ता है.
So, he's a speaker of Bhagavatam and he has long. So Shukdev Goswami had so much long hair. But those who ridicule, we should offer them oil so that they can have proper hair, so they don't get envious. So it's described that he was dusky skinned. If you look at Shukdev, then you see that he has remembered Krishna so much that he looks like Krishna now. He had a great chest and short waist.
सुखदेव मतलब एक आइडियल वक्ता है ना. सुखदेव गोस्वामी मतलब भागवत के वक्ता है.
Shukdev Goswami is the pinnacle of all the orators. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to preach the holy names of the Lord, so he didn't have any weapons. His beauty was his weapon. So Prabhupada used to say that the preacher should present himself well. The people will ridicule that they wear this kind of should be white, then what is this blue line? Are you bothered? But some people are stuck there. Anyways, so Shukdev Goswami had a great chest and a slim waist, long hair. So once a sage came, he said that this is great age of Kali. The speaker of Shukdev Goswami used to speak Digambar.
जो सुखदेव गोस्वामी थे वो तो दिगंबर करते.
Shukdev Goswami used to be nude. So are we that much detached? We do according to our capability. We should be practical as well. So the content and the mellow piety, purity is important. So Shukdev Goswami is beautifully described So we're discussing two limbs of bhakti, that is Shravan and Kirtan. So the ideal for listening is Parikshit Maharaj, and for Kirtan or congregational chanting is Shukdev Goswami. So Vedvyas ji is the father of Shukdev Goswami, who had written so many scriptures, and ultimately he concluded with Srimad Bhagavatam. But he had this desire that if I have a son who will preach Bhagavatam. On other hand, Shiva Parvati got married, and Naradji came, and he's the spiritual master of Parvati ji. He said that everything fine, so there is no distress, everything is going great. So Parvati says that we have love, so we don't hide anything, that we share each and everything with each other. Then Narad Muni says that your husband wears this mundmala, or the garland of heads, then whose head is he wearing as a garland? Parvati ji says that I never asked, and he also never revealed. Let him come, I will ask him. And Naradji left. So Shivji came back home. So she didn't ask anything, offered anything to him. He said that, did somebody came? He said Narad Muni came. Shivji understood that what is the problem? That you're wearing this garland of heads. Whose heads are these that you wear? So, Shiv, you should learn how to live married life. You all men should learn this. He says that although I chant the holy names of Ram and Krishna, but I love you even more than that. That's a great fat lie. But you should say, when I open Bhagavad, I see you.
देवी जब मैं माला में हाथ डालता हूँ तो तेरे बारे में ही सोचता हूँ हम આટલું કહી દઈએ એટલે પછી અઠવાડિયું ચાલે
If you just say that 1 week will pass peacefully with love. Does women need your money? They don't need that. They need great ornaments. They just need your time and 2 words.
આપણે ભાઈઓ એ બી નથી કરી શકતા તારામ કાંઈ લેવાનું નથી તું કાંઈ કામની નથી તને કાંઈ બનાવતા આવડતું નથી આપણે તો આજ આવડ્યું છે પણ આવું કેવું એમાં વીરતા જોઈએ એમાં છાતી જોઈએ અમુક તો બ્રેડ ખાઈ ખાઈને મરી ગયા આ બ્રેડ અને બિસ્કિટ જે ખાય ને એની ઉપર મને બહુ દયા આવે હું ભગવાનને સ્પેશિયલ પ્રાર્થના કરું તો આનું
Those who eat bread and biscuit, I offer special prayers for them. So Shivji says that I love you even more than my Lord Ram and Krishna. And this is a sign of your love. Whenever you die, I keep your head and put it as a garland. These all are your heads. Faces. So she just took a U-turn. You love me that much? Please forgive me. earlier we used to have a heart-shaped locket which had two photos. When the wife is upset, then we should open the necklace and show. So once a wife was sweeping the house, the husband was sleeping, so she said that he doesn't give money, so let me just steal. So she was about to take money out of his purse. Then something fell, and then she saw her picture. She became overwhelmed. My husband keeps my picture in his wallet. She kept the money back. I'm such a great husband, and I was going to steal, rob him. So she was overwhelmed. Then one day she said, "You keep my picture in wallet." He said that it's not because of love. Whenever I get anxious or distressed, when I'm surrounded by obstacles, then I open and see your picture, and that all these troubles are nothing in comparison to her.
हमारे सुखदेव टाइम हो चुका है ना, तो जो थोड़ा बहुत बाकी हम कल सुनेंगे, क्योंकि हमको समय में रहना है, ठीक है? So
we'll listen the remaining tomorrow. Thank you so much. So, today's pastime is little incomplete, so but we'll conclude it tomorrow. You gave so much your valuable time. Thank you so much.
निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे जय श्री